Hey everybody, I'm Barry Kessler and I am the Southern California Real Estate Answer Man. Thanks for joining me today. We're going to talk about Prop 60. We're going to be talking about preserving your tax base when you sell your home in California and you move from one place in California to another place in California. We're going to talk a little bit about how that's done. In order to really understand about your tax base, to understand about this legislation, we're going to talk a little bit about the pieces of legislation that led to Prop 60 and the reason why you should take advantage of Prop 60. We've all heard of Proposition 13. It's the Howard Jarvis Tax Initiative. It was passed in 1978 by the voters of the state of California, and that was because there was a problem. The problem was that as home prices were rising in the 70s, people, seniors especially on fixed incomes, were losing their homes. They couldn't keep up with the property taxes that were going up as well. So legislation was produced and brought to the voters, and in 1978, Prop 13 was passed. It allowed for homeowners to keep their tax base and basically not be taxed out of their home. Whatever the date of the purchase price was, and whatever the purchase price was, the assessed value there was your base. Okay? And then from there, the assessor was allowed to tax you up to 2% per year, depending on if the consumer price index rose. So if the consumer price index rose, in other words, inflation drove the consumer price index up 2%, the tax assessor actually had the opportunity to raise your property taxes another 2%. But it was certainly not nearly as much as people were looking and experiencing in tax raises as the property taxes were going up in the 70s. It was a bad time. So the only other reason that your taxes will go up if you are living in, under the Prop 13 rules is if you were going to do some sort of an addition to your home. If you're doing some sort of alteration and changing the value of the price of your home, then of course that would affect your property value. And of course if the property changed hands. Now, Prop 13 was a great idea for a while, but it caused another problem. And it probably could have been recognized at the time, but no one really stopped to think about it. What happened was that people, once they got their tax break and they were able to stay in their homes, that's exactly what they did. They stayed in their homes. Because if they were to move, they couldn't take that tax base with them. They sold their house, right? Because that's part of the Prop 13 thing. If you sell your house, if there's a change in ownership and title, then of course the property tax will change on that particular piece of property, right? So people stayed in their homes, and these elderly people were in homes that were way too big for them. They really needed to downsize. And so legislation was passed, Prop 60. Once again, the legislature got together and they said, here's what we're going to do. We are going to allow you to take your Prop 13 benefit with you as long as when you sell your home, because we really want you to sell your home. We want you to get out of there, but we want you to downsize. So we want you to buy a home that is either of equal value or lesser value. And we will allow you then a one-time exemption, basically to take that with you, to take your property base, your tax base with you to the next property that you are moving into. And it is a great idea. Now, what are the limits? The limits are, first of all, you have to be 55 years old. If you're not 55 years old and you're on title there and you move it, you cannot take your tax base with you. It is a one-time shot. You can't do it more than once. And, like I said, it has to be a piece of property that is of equal or lesser value than the other. And then another really important thing is, and Prop 60 basically provided for this, that you could move only within the county that you lived in. So if you live in LA County, you got to buy a place in LA County and you can move it. If you live in Ventura County, you got to buy a place in Ventura County, and then you can move that tax base. Then comes Prop 90, and Prop 90 basically says, no, we're going to make it easier on you. You can move anywhere in the state, from county to county, as long as you're in the county, and take your tax base with you. Okay, well that was fine, except one little itty bitty problem. Not all the counties wanted to participate in that particular scheme. I don't know, maybe there's some counties that thought that they would lose people, and other counties were going to be gaining a whole lot more people if they kept this up. I don't know what the reason was, but there are only 10 counties currently that have this particular scheme. I'm going to read those to you. You can also find them on my website. Go to www.barrykessler.com or go to the Southern California Real Estate Answer Man show, and you can look it up there. I'm going to have it as well in my show notes for this particular podcast that I'm doing. And by the way, I'm going to do a much deeper dive. I'm going to answer a lot more questions on Prop 60 and Prop 90, and of course we're going to touch again on Prop 13 in my podcast. And you can find that at Southern California Real Estate Answer Man show. You can download that from your iTunes or wherever else you download any of your podcasts. Okay, so let me take a quick look here, and I'm going to read you the counties that are included in this particular law. We have Alameda County, El Dorado County, we have Los Angeles County, Orange County, Riverside, San Bernardino, San Diego, San Mateo, Santa Clara, and Ventura County. Those are the 10 counties that participate in the Prop 90 exchange there. So make sure that if you're going to be moving within the state of California, that those are the counties that you are going to be going to and from. And that's about it on this particular episode of the Southern California Real Estate Answer Man show. It's been great talking to you a little bit about Prop 60, Prop 90, a little bit about Prop 13, and about being able to take your tax base here in the state of California, be able to move it from one county to another or within your own county. Take advantage of this tax break while you can. So far, the legislature up in Sacramento hasn't taken it away from you yet. Remember, if you're looking to buy or sell a home here in California, especially in the Southern California area where I work, that would be in Simi Valley, it would be in Moore Park, San Fernando Valley, Burbank, Hollywood, just give me a call. Give me or my wife Deborah a call. We are real estate agents, full-time real estate agents, and we're here to help you. If you have any questions whatsoever regarding any kind of real estate transaction, I am the Southern California Real Estate Answer Man, and I'm here to help. You can reach me at my phone number, 818-426-6415, or just throw me an email at barrykesslerforhomes@gmail.com. Thank you once again for joining me on this episode. We'll see you again.